Welcome to Elder TV once again.
This confession is so hot, very traumatizing for this woman. She exposes how Reverend Natasha initiated the one Mother Mwihaki Hinga into underworld acts. And below is the confession from Mother Mwihaki Hinga. It is divided in parts, and we are going to start with part 1. It goes. Part 1 of Mother Hinga's explosion. I met Lucy Natasha after a friend of mine introduced me to her church in early 2014. Just about when she officially began to house most of her services, midweek and Sunday services at the 6-8 Hotel. I used to see her on social media, but that was it. Nothing much. Apart from her usual contextualization of prosperity gospel to excite his fanatic congregation, because those are usually non-Christian but pursuit of the true gospel. This means that wale watu wote ambao ama washirika wale ambao wako kwa kanisa ya Reverend Lucy Natasha hawaangalii haswa kutafuta uokovu kutoka kwa Mungu, bali wanaangalia kile ambacho watafaidi kutokana na kukua kule kanisani. Mambo ambayo Pastor Lucy Natasha anayoyazungumzia ama anayohubiri si wokovu ama sio injili inayokusudiwa ya kuokoa binadamu, bali ni ya ile ya maendeleo ya hapa duniani. That's what Hinga is trying to say. She continues, just like now, she still had palatial state of the art office setting marked with wide arts, portraits of popular Nigerians, televangelists. I remember that one of the late T.B. Joshua, a 6-inch red carpet, and very fine men frequently his office. I later learned that they were his protocol and handlers. I was a little bit shocked because I'm not a big fan of Nigerian pastor. I actually don't trust them. My friend who took me there was constantly gazing at me because I appeared skeptical over everything, especially the portrait of a known controversial pastor, T.B. Joshua. She loves calling people daughter, so she stretched her hand and reached out to me. Good afternoon, my beautiful daughter. Of course, my age notwithstanding, I agreed and responded, I am way older than her. I dubiously smiled and responded, good morning or good afternoon, my spiritual mom. Although physically I may be your mother. She has a very good voice. She smiled, and the exchange of pleasantries was done. I partly introduced myself and expressed part of the reason why I was there. I, however, insisted that it was my friend who persuaded me to see her because she felt that I'll fit into the ministry as a deacon, taking into account my passion for God's work, and at the time I needed a place to worship and initiate my ministry work. She looked elated and clumsily said that I was at the right or the best place. Now, there is his brother of him who has some slippery hair. That guy was then the PA, so called him, and in the inn he came with a 3-page form of registration. I was then requested to follow a reverend in a small private extension for sort of some grilling or up close. A very small extension that could only fit 2 persons. She asked me to get off my shoes and enter. I think that was now the beginning of my indoctrination to a cult. I started filling details on the sheet that she handed to me. I was putting on my details as I popped my eyes on her and off her just to monitor things. My friends, mimi hata mwanaume hajainiangalia na macho nikablush. The gaze was very, very, very suggestive. Well, I ignored because I assumed that was her nature. Well, she's pretty, and that's not a far-fetched habit by beautiful girls. I filled the form while still throwing my eyes randomly on her to signal either I needed to consult on something, but that was in guise of trying to angalia vile mambo iko ama vile kunaenda. Suddenly, I felt something chilling down my body. Have you ever felt cold? Then a betraying thing runs down your spine? That's what I felt. And the next thing was, Reverend asked me to get closer to her for prayer. I actually hadn't completed the form, but I was on my feet moving towards Lucy after that wave on my body. I then immediately closed my eyes and opened them. Alas, the person next to me was not her. This was her mother. You know how close they are with the mother. Reverend was nowhere or not there at all. I have never ever seen that. I remember trying to scream, but the voice wouldn't be audible. You have tried to scream in your dreams, and the only thing that comes out is a distant feeling of shouting, but the actual shout not being projected. That was it. The person now next to me, that's the mother, started speaking in weird voices, asking me to tulia, tulia, kuna roho anasema wewe ni mtumishi. As she was saying that, weirdly, I was being cast and fondled by someone I couldn't see. The feeling was so strong that I actually started getting too close to the mom praying for me. For now, handle that. I'll be back. So that's the part 1 of the story. I'm going to share some screenshot which contain some more detailed information of the story. So as you wait for part 2, comment about this story. What do you think about the story as revealed by Mother Wahinga? Comment down there and remember to subscribe to the channel.